Alright, rise up Gambia One family, it's your brother Marty. And I'm back. Like all the time I'll be doing these big videos and it's me talking all the time. I've decided you don't need to hear from me too much. So, as people are coming in and coming down, I'm gonna just stop them and ask them just for a few moments of their time to catch up with them and see what they've been getting on with. Alright? So today I have two special guests and they are the one and only, unmatched, incomparable Black Sit. Wagwan, the one and only. So rise up to you two. How are you, brother? How are you, sister?
We're good, Enjoying the sun in Africa, as usual.
Of course.
Eating some beautiful food here.
Of course.
So once again, Marley, respect to what you and Angel doing here with the restaurant.
I appreciate that.
You're feeding a lot of hungry bellies.
That's the plan. That's the plan.
Yeah.
Usually at the beginning of these videos, I'll say, let's start by introducing yourself. But you don't know who they are already, so we're not going to bother with that. We already know.
We can't be that arrogant. Yeah.
Okay, go ahead. You do it then. Go ahead.
All right then. So, I'm Nyancho Kajabi, also known as Juliet, and I'm often the host of Black Sit, another YouTube channel just like Marley's. And this is
Hatip Kajabi.
Yeah?
Known as Adrian Ryan.
That's the one.
I don't know why you have a full Irish name, but it's time to get rid of it.
It's okay, man. Mine was Scottish before I changed my name.
So my Gambian name is Hatib, and some call me Jame Kajabi.
Kajabi, love it.
Yeah.
Love it.
now I'm Nyancho Kajabi.
Nyancho. Do those names have a special meaning?
Yeah.
Nyancho
Nyancho means warrior.
Of course. And bro, what does your name mean?
You know what? I didn't get the meaning of it.
You didn't get the meaning?
It might have the meaning.
Yeah. All right.
It means born in a hat box.
So now,
I'm joking. It doesn't really mean that.
It don't mean
No,
that.
Hatib, get it? Okay, don't worry.
So now, what was the I first met you over in see you later, in North London, right? It was the first time I think we met.
Yeah.
And then after that was in Brixton.
Yeah.
What was it that made you come here? Thousands of miles, you got hundreds of countries to choose from. What made you choose the Gambia?
You want to answer that one?
Right. When we met, our first holiday was in Greece. We went to Corfu. And when we got back, I said to Joe, why we always go to these European countries? Why we never go to West Africa? Let our next holiday be in West Africa. So straight away put up West African holidays, and Gambia came up.
Can I correct you?
Yeah.
We actually went to Africa. We went to Egypt.
Egypt before, yeah.
Okay.
I will come to that.
Yeah.
No, it's still Africa. Don't let them take my
No.
place
Geographically, it's still
away.
Africa.
No, listen, I don't business because
Geographically, yes.
I met Nubians
No, remember,
in
Jules,
Egypt.
I said West Africa.
Huh?
I said, why don't we travel to West Africa?
Yeah, but that's not the question because the last holiday that before we went there was Egypt.
Yeah, we went to Egypt before.
And then we went. That's what I'm
gonna
saying.
come-
I'm just correcting him
I was
because
going to
he
come
needs
to
to
the
get it
Egypt
right.
bit.
He needs to get
So
it right.
anyway, Gambia came up.
Women are always correcting us. I don't know why. But anyway, yes.
So yeah, we decided we will come to Gambia. That was the first one. And I remember I used to listen to Galaxy halfway.
That's
and
right.
Dr. Abu, big up Dr. Abu.
Abu Ratata, yes.
And Dr. Abu, they used to always promote it.
That's right.
Promote trips that was coming to the Gambia, So I said, yes, let's go. What's the worst can happen? We're going back to see our people. Let's go and see the lies that they've been telling about Africa. And we set ourselves. We came here the first time November 2011. And when we got off the plane, the welcoming that we got, I saw the immigration coming to us. I said, whoa, we're in trouble. What have we done now? He said, no, come out of that line. He said, why you? I said, no, but he said, no, you're never going to be a tourist in Africa. Come out that line and they take us straight through.
Into the Gambian life, the Gambian.
Nice.
They say your family, and I don't care where you're coming from, you're coming home. This is your home. Welcome home.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
You don't need to stand in that line. You're African returning. And we welcome you here in the Gambia. Within 10 minutes, we're cleared and we're gone.
I'm
and
telling
said,
you.
go and enjoy Gambia. welcome. And from that welcoming alone, we know definitely that Gambia would have been our home one day. You know?
That's an excellent story, man.
I was born in the Caribbean on the island of Montserrat. I love Montserrat. Gambia reminds me so much of Montserrat. Peaceful, lush,
Small.
and small, yeah.
Yes.
Not very small. Montserrat population.
Montserrat is beautiful though, isn't
Yeah.
it? Yeah, yeah.
It never exceeds
ridiculous
12,000
beautiful, yeah.
people.
Yeah.
I know it's less.
Yeah.
But
4,000.
I know it's about 4,000.
Wow, is that all?
Yeah, it's about that now. 4,000 or 5,000. Yeah.
Wow.
But the spirit of Montserrat, I feel it here. You know? Because Montserrat's an island. I mean, I'm proud
Of course.
to be born there.
Of course.
You know, it's a nice island. I learned all the discipline and humbleness growing up in Montserrat. So Gambia reminds me so much of it. You know?
So you've been here now, 10 years, right?
Well, I've been coming from 2011.
2011, yes.
But we live here now for 2 years.
You've been living here 2 years.
And I'm not going back to UK unless it's a real emergency. Something happened to probably one of our children there. Because we still have 3.
And
Yeah.
and how have you found sort of like, you know, that move from living your life as far as being from London, you know, with a job, running a business, so on and so forth, to now being here and creating your life and, you know, making a plan and then actually just producing a house and producing land and so on and so forth. How's that whole, from our side of the phone, you know, it looks all very easy. But how have you found it?
We planned it. We gave ourselves 5 years plan.
So,
No, go ahead.
for you, Juliet, I mean, I'd like to ask you a couple of questions because, you know, you've been the figurehead ever since you said UK is a dump. I mean, oh man,
And Africa's paradise.
you really know how to upset white people. But anyway, like, from when you did that, all right, you became the figurehead of Blackset. You've been the person who's been driving a lot of, you know, not only Blackset, code, but other things. You've already been at the forefront. How have you found that leadership role?
She's a superwoman.
Is it like a comfortable fit for you?
To be honest with you, I don't see myself in a leadership role. I see myself more of an influencer as opposed to a leader. And I've had many years of doing project management, you know, nearly 28 years. So in terms of managing and developing projects, that has been something that I'm quite apt at. In terms of human resource and managing people and establishing successful businesses is something that I already had the skills. So those transferable skills didn't leave me. All I did was transfer them here. And so Gambia is actually, it's much easier to have that transition here, and it's much easier to establish a business here. It's much easier to go and build your home here. It's much easier, you know, to put your child in a school where they're going to be comfortable and you don't have to worry about racism.
Right.
And so you don't have the other factors of discrimination that you're battling against. You don't have oversaturation like you would have in England. So your market entrance does not have as many barriers. And so far as we were concerned, one of the things that we had to adapt to was learning patience, changing our timings. When I mean changing our timings, I mean that, you know, we were always under pressure. So everything was like, what are you doing now? 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 That's how it is in England. But here,
Right.
you can organise yourself in a way in which you actually plan your day without having that pressure. Because in England, you're under constant pressure. You're under constant stress. I mean, we sang a song, didn't we? You know, no letterbox, no letterbox, no letterbox, right? And the reason why we sang the song, go on, there we go. No letterbox, no letterbox. We say no letterbox, no letterbox, no
All right.
brown letter. In
Wheel
the
up.
letterbox, no date. In the letterbox, no bill. In the letterbox. Okay, so
Very good, very good. I would clap hands if I had 2 hands to clap.
every day something's dropping on your
That's the name of this video, no letterbox. Go on.
And you know, every day it's I mean, you know, I don't know, you're worried about parking in the wrong place,
Right.
Getting a parking fine, driving through the congestion zone, your council tax, your television license. You're worried if someone's gonna knock the door.
For real, for real.
Every minute you're worried if someone's gonna knock the door. Here you don't have that stress factor. And also when you're putting things into place, everyone's kind of on hand to give you advice, because here everyone's very hospitable and approachable and friendly. You don't have, you might have hierarchy, but the approachable hierarchy. You don't have the snobbery
that comes
you
along
have
with
in the
it.
UK, and the sort of self-entitledness that comes with it. And with that snobbery comes the discrimination, comes the, you know, the glass ceilings that we face. So here you can build your own house, so you don't need no glass ceiling. You can build your own business, so you don't have a boss. Yeah, you run your own business yourself, so you know exactly what I'm talking about. You know, the vlogging for me is something that I do for love. You know, it's something that I have a passion about, which is sharing our life, isn't it? More so than anything, it's more of a passion. In terms of business, you know, we rubber, and we have done since we started, and we had our own shop. We still do, and yeah, life is nice. Life is good, and so the transition for us wasn't a hard one. The hardest thing that I found, is the Guma lingua wolof. Okay, the Guma lingua wolof, tutti, and so. That's the hardest thing for me, is trying to learn like 2 or 3 languages at once.
I know. Whose idea was that? That's
Well,
hard.
it was my idea.
I could do one. Well, I'm failing at one.
Yeah,
I'm failing at one language.
I'm sure you can say hello in all of them. Yeah. Here we go. Ready? Kasumai. You're supposed to say Kasumai Kev.
Kasama Kev.
Thank you. Okay. All right then. Okay.
Have I just swapped languages?
Abinyadi.
Yeah. Oh, Abidjan. Yeah. I remember that one.
Yeah.
That's Mandinka, right?
Yeah.
I remember that one. Man's trying to teach me that one.
Jarama.
Oh, come on. I don't know. Jarama. What's Jarama?
Jarama
What you say?
champagne. Jamtan. Jarama Jamtan. Okay. Nangadef.
Jamarek. Yeah.
Drum roll.
I know.
You done it.
Lord, this is so embarrassing.
Okay, so
She's been there 2 years. I've been there 5 years, and she's teaching me.
So Amitakati anyway.
Let me ask you something.
Jamarek.
One second.
Yeah.
So all right, sorry. Just land, and then we'll ask the next question. Go ahead.
Huh?
Can I ask the next question?
Yeah, of course you can.
All right. One other question. So I saw this meme on my little Facebook timeline today, right? And what it had was a picture of a man in chains, and then below him had another person, but their chains was made out of a Visa card, a MasterCard, and cash, and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
As a couple who've come from a successful background back in the UK,
Yeah.
and now you've come to Africa. See, the success is what holds some people in America. It holds people in the UK. They don't want to like leave what they've done there to come here to this country or to Africa in general. How did you find that as a transition? Like, has that been difficult? Has that been a thing, or you haven't even noticed that you're making more money than ever? What's it been like for you?
Well,
guys?
it's
without
like-
having to give out numbers. But what's it been
Okay.
like for you?
No, I mean for us, obviously, like we lived in a nice home. We had like a 5-bedroom house, and I had a Range Rover. I had a Mercedes convertible. I had the trappings. I lived by the sea. We also had a place in London, and we had a nice life. Wouldn't you say, Age? It was a nice life. However, it wasn't a happy one. And I think no matter how many trappings I had, it couldn't substitute happiness. And none of that can substitute being in an environment where you're actually loved and wanted. And living here, like I told Wodamai, they love me. Everybody loves me and everybody likes me. And, it's so obvious, it's so apparent. I mean, we've been inducted, if you like. We've been assimilated, I'd say, and we've
accepted.
had intervention. Hey, intervention. That's MJ. We'll talk, yeah. Intervention into the society here, and that did I say intervention? I said the wrong word, isn't it? What did I mean?
Intervention is what you do when someone's got a drink problem.
Integrated.
Integration.
I got. Sorry, that was MJ. Yeah. And so I got distracted. So we were integrated into society here.
Yeah.
And I have a certificate of integration. I was also co-opted onto a VDC. We were also adopted into a family in a village,
family, yeah.
the Kajabi family. We love our Kajabi family. And they also, helped us to work on a great project, which is something that I wanted to do, which is an eco village. And also a Pan-African Institute that I really wanted to do, and a Pan-African school. So they've really helped us in that regard by providing the resources, some of the resources, and the main resource was the land. And so, yeah, in that regard, I can say that it's been a very smooth transition for us. Is there things that I miss from the UK, other than like some people sometimes, like loved ones? Not really, and occasionally it used to be fish and chips, but I can't eat fish anymore, so I don't really miss fish and chips. What else? What else do we miss?
Anything you miss, brother?
There's nothing.
Wow. Yeah.
There's nothing apart from family.
Apart from family, that's it.
That's it. There's
Yeah.
nothing. But
You miss EastEnders?
yeah, EastEnders.
If he had said yes,
says, you know
I'd have been doom, and just ended it there. I'd have just ended it there, just been like, that's the end of the video.
None of that. But back to the question that you asked.
Yeah.
Sorry, I thought it being silly.
Historically, the West gained their wealth from Africa. So it would be wise to come back to here, where the fountain is. Many people don't understand the fountain is still here. Of wealth is still in Africa. You still have invaders coming here
Still taking the
every
wealth.
day,
Yeah.
invading and still using Africa to
Yeah.
build their country.
Absolutely.
You know, as
Absolutely.
Bob Marley once said, "In the abundance of water, the fool will be thirsty." You know, we have to come back home. You know, come back home. Let's protect the goose
Nah,
and
let,
learn the golden.
because
Hang on
that's
a minute.
right.
But
That's
credit,
right. Okay.
credit.
Okay. Go ahead.
Credit hooks you in, and what it is, it's a debt trap.
No, I was talking about.
Sorry, son.
Yeah.
Sorry, H.
So when we come home, we're gonna realize we're coming back to the
Yeah.
goose itself.
Right.
Forget the egg, protect the goose. Because the eggs are here and the goose here.
Skin.
We as Africans have to come back to Africa.
Yeah, get that golden goose.
Africa will never run out of resources. You know, and when we come back here, let's work together.
Absolutely.
We'll see.
What was you going to say about that credit trap?
I was going to say that there's
That
like
debt
a
trap.
credit trap and a debt trap. There's something that I've spoken about before. I spoke about it in Wodamaya, and I was alluding to that when I was talking about, the TV license, knock on the door, the bills, the constant, everything, you're in debt. Yeah. When you have your mortgage, you're, tied into your mortgage. That's a 25-year debt. When you buy a car, if you can't afford to, you get
Stick
it
a
on
pin.
HB.
You know what mortgage actually means?
Yes, dead.
That's a mob.
Mort
Mort
is
is to die.
as in mortician.
Yeah.
Gauge is as in door, so it's death's door.
Yes, death's door.
Insane. Carry on.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I mean, but you're right. Because
You don't finish paying till you're at
ultimately,
death's door.
You get tied to it.
Yeah.
And so you have your death's door, your mortgage. You have your car, could be on HB, or you might have paid for it. But either way, you're still paying your car tax every year. You're still paying, and you still pay
Mad
here, but
insurance,
It's
yeah.
it's far lower here than what it would be there.
Absolutely.
But what I'm trying to say is that you start living in debt. So you have a debit card, you have a credit card, everything around you start to escalate debt. So you go to the supermarket, you buy your shopping, you put it on your card. You book a holiday, you put it on your card. So you're constantly indebted to that country. So it's hard to get away. And not only that, you're paying for a family. You're paying for a family you're not even related to, you don't even know, and they can demand pay increases like 31 million and ask for like 700 million in order to cover their losses from, COVID, and you have no control over it. So, these I think some of these are very antiquated and unnecessary, but they exist. And so I would much rather come and give my money to an African economy, to a black family, to a black state. I'd rather give my money to the black community and a black society. I'd rather come and give my money to Africa. And here, when you've built your house, you own it. Yeah, there's no mortgage, you own it outright. It's yours for life. You have no mortgage, you have no payments, you don't have council tax, you only have a very small payment of land tax. Once you've done all your paperwork and got all your approvals and follow things to the letter. So and it's much cheaper than having a mortgage for 250,000 for a little small 3-bedroom house, when you can build a 3-bedroom house here for like 26,000. And you're building that house for 26,000. You own that house for 26,000, instead of being in debt for the tune of $250,000 and interest and compound interest on that. Right? It's just crazy, and most people are stuck in interest-only mortgages.
Absolutely.
So, when you look at it, when you buy your car, you own your car. That's your car. No one can go and take your car, Marley. No one can come and tell you that, you know what, you didn't make your payment and we're going to seize your car.
No.
Yeah? And they're not going to tell you you didn't pay your car tax, we're going to seize your car. Yeah? You go and you pay it. They give you X amount of time, you go and you pay it. Here the policemen actually smile and say hello, and you can drink a tyre with them. In England, I saw a policeman. I used to change lane, try and go behind another car, slow down. I used to turn off, go down the side road.
I'm like, hello, officer. How are you? I'm trying to put on the most English voice I possibly can.
Hello, sir.
All right. Please, sir, can I have some more? So yeah, I hear that.
So you don't have the indebtedness of just everyday living. People say, what about education? There are free schools here. So if you wanted your child to go to a local school, they can still get a free education here. If you want to put your children in private school, you can put them in private education here. And private education is much cheaper than it is in the UK. And so you can actually get a superior education for your children, where they actually learn manners, and respect and discipline, which is very good, I think.
And Mandinka.
And
Unlike
everything
me.
else.
Maybe I have to go.
But there's a lot. What I'm trying to basically say is that I'd rather live in a pay-as-you-go society. And this, I pay for my credit on my phone. I pay for my internet,
gas, electricity.
I don't pay for gas. I pay for, like, you just buy your canister of gas. I don't pay for electricity. I'm totally solar.
You're off grid.
I'm off grid. I don't pay for my water. I get it from a borehole. So in England, I was tied to my water rates, tied to my electricity bill, especially when during the winter months, everything goes up. You only have one season here, so you don't need 4 sets of clothes. No. Do you know what I mean? Spring, winter.
No. You got hot and dry or hot and wet.
And
that's
summer
it.
clothes.
Hot, dry, hot,
wet. And that's it.
Lovely.
But either way, it's hot. And then you got the sun all year round. Plus, you could grow what you eat and eat what you grow. In England, that was very hard. I didn't have a huge enough garden to have like the kind of acreage that I would here. In England, I didn't have a farm. Here, I have a farm. You see what I mean?
Yeah,
absolutely. So there's just so many. There's so many options that are available for you here that you could never ever have. Here, you can own a piece of land. You pay £1,000, you own your own land. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
These opportunities are here. And I don't know how much longer they'll be like that for, so I'm just telling people, move now. Make that move.
Let me use that as a way to get to the last question we would ask Brother Adrian. So now, you was just saying about how important it is for people to come back here, right? That was the last thing you was talking about. Now, what we've seen over the last year or so, videos that I've done and other people have done, there's been like negative things happening. People were dealing with why is that fly around? Leave him alone. Just like the shoulder.
They're leaving.
It's alright. So there's been videos that I've done and others have done about negative things happen. People have been robbed. All sorts of stuff has been kicking off. Even with that going on, are you still comfortable with saying, come back to Africa, get out of Babylon, come back here?
I want to jump in on this with you.
Please do.
If I wasn't comfortable, I would have gone. The mere fact that I'm still here, listen, those doesn't affect nothing. Every country have its own little issues, and we could handle it indoors. We don't even have to expose it. This is what we could deal with internally. As I say, what happened in Gambia stays in Gambia. And we set up systems here you know, that we could come to and we could solve all these issues. For instance, we have Dr. Perry here.
Okay.
He's a security specialist.
Rise up, brother. How are you?
No, Dr. Perry. And he will go into details of what he does. And we can't drop our guards, no matter where we are in the world.
Right.
We still have to keep our security up.
Absolutely.
For us, we always have a watchman. You know, we have surveillance all over. Especially now we have so much attention coming towards us here in the Gambia. But Gambia is still a safe and peaceful place. You know, I mean, the little crime is so petty, it doesn't even work while talking about.
Well, I was just saying that to Smiley, the brother from Family Shh, the one who came earlier on.
Yeah.
And he was saying that even though there's been crimes here, they wouldn't have even hit the news or nothing in comparison to the madness that people are dealing with. Yeah. But yeah, I hear that. But last word to Sister,
all right, listen,
Sister Juliet.
I've
Go ahead.
got to say this. I've got to say this. Yeah,
it's all yours.
You know, four teenage boys have gone missing without trace in London. Yeah, 17 stabbings in one weekend. Yeah, and people being killed. 7 people died. You know, we have issues in our community, no matter where our community is worldwide. You know, someone said if they only had 15 killings in Chicago in one day, they'd have a party. So, and that's major crime. That's not petty crime. Yeah. So if we're just talking about petty crime, why are we even going online to exploit it? Because to me, I'm sorry, but our enemy does a great job of saying all the negative and bad things about Africa. They do a great job of doing that promotion and marketing on Africa to negatize everything about Africa. Yeah, we don't have to do their job for them. Yeah, we don't have to. And so for me, am I hiding anything? No. But do I tell you to be vigilant? Yes. It doesn't matter where you are. In England, I had security systems. So why wouldn't I have security systems here? Let me tell you, England is far richer. Yeah, one of the richest countries in the world. You go to America, one of the richest countries in the world. What have they got? They have highly developed and advanced security systems. Why do they have highly developed and advanced security systems? Why?
Because they have highly developed thieves.
Okay. So if they're doing that in a rich country, what are you going to do when you come to a less developed country? Why did you drop your guard? You know, I remember hearing from someone that, they lost their phone. Oh, no, sorry, that their phone was stolen. And then I asked them, how did that happen? They said, left it on a bench. I said, excuse me? You left it on a bench? Now, in England, would you leave it on a bench? No, you wouldn't. And so I had the opposite experience of when I was in a gym. And when I was in the gym, I left my phone there, right? Because I was training on one machine.
He's like, left it on a bench.
And so I was training in the gym and I left it in one of the machines. And, you know, I heard a knock at my door and they came back and they brought my phone for me. I left my bag in a cab because I was too busy chatting. And same thing, it was brought back to me. So I can say that I've had really good experiences. So for me, I can't relate a personal experience in that sense that has affected me in that way that would make me want to go onto YouTube and talk about it. But I did get robbed in England several times. Yeah, I did have my car broken into several times, and I did have my house broken into several times. Even once when I was there, I had to fight off the man with a bike. Yeah, he broke into my house with a fire extinguisher, a big red one. Bam, 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 this white dude. Yeah, but I didn't take to YouTube and I didn't talk about it then. So why would I come to Africa, right, where I already know they were just waiting for anything negative to talk about? And people love negativity. They gravitate towards negativity. You put out something positive, right, and you say, oh, I might have 100 views.
Yeah,
you
25
put out something
views.
negative, yeah? You put out something negative,
2,500 views,
you've got 25,000. And this is something wrong with our mentality. Yeah? We are drawn to drama and negativity, and we are wondering, you know, we're our own worst enemy when it comes to that. Yeah, let's start looking at what other nations do. Other nations, you know what they do? They limit what goes out. They protect their community and they protect their nation. Yeah? They control what they expose. We don't control what we expose, and we need to start putting a lid on it. Because you know what? It's preventing other people from coming here. It's gonna affect your business. It's gonna affect other people's business because they're gonna be under the impression that this is what is the norm. There was an incident recently in Sanyang, and someone said to me, "Oh, are you all safe?" So I said, "What are you talking about? I'm sitting there eating lunch. I don't know what you're talking about." You know, that was one incident in one small area, and I actually drove through it. I'm like, "There's no beef. What's going on?" You know. Oh, what? Because there's fires. But there's fires everywhere in Gambia. What are you talking about? People burn their rubbish. Like, it's a norm. So for me, I think, you know, exaggeration is a problem that we have. And, you know, one small issue can be exaggerated to make it into look like it's a pandemic or some kind of huge incident that's happening to everybody, but it's not happening to everybody. It's not happening to everybody. And we've got to remember that, yeah? Absolutely. Everybody's got their own story. And I have my own story. I'm not here to pretty anything out. I'm just saying as it is. If it had happened to me, would I go online and talk about it? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how I would feel. But I would say one thing is that I'll be measured about what I said. Yeah, I'll be measured about what I said, because if I put myself in that line of fire where I didn't have proper security, then I'm not going to talk about it because I never put things into place. If I haven't got a doorman, for example, or I haven't got any security there, I haven't got any security measures, then I'm not going to say anything. I'll shut my mouth, because you know what? If I was in England, I'd have it. You know what I mean? You used to have a fob. Put in, could see every room from your phone. You understand? And then if there was anything, had sensors on my doors and windows, it would call the police. Yeah? So if I can't say that, oh, I put measures in. Yeah, but if I came here and I put in measures and that happened, yeah, possibly. But if I don't have the right measures and I haven't done the right security checks, you know what? My bad.
Speaking of pretty, why you look so nice today? Where you been? What you been doing today?
What you want, exclusive, innit, hun? Yeah, you want exclusive. You
will find out. You'll find out on the next video from Black Sit where she was today. But that's the end of the interview. I want to thank my sister Juliet, big brother Adrian.
We love you.
Much respect to the two of you. Much love to you and your
family.
family.
Can I just tell everybody, subscribe to his channel, and when you come, listen, come and have some great food. Okay?
Yeah, man.
You've got to come to MO2's.
Gambia 1A.
Foods.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Have some great foods. Yeah, we love the food here. And I want you to turn your cameras on Angel, because she's camera shy.
You see, you think this is by accident? She's got her back to the camera. She does this on purpose. She's like, yeah. She's like, you know, Columbo's wife. You never ever see her.
It doesn't exist.
I used to watch that.
Right, she doesn't exist. All right, much respect. Anyway, let me sign off here. We're 33 minutes in. This is your brother Marty, and I'm signing off. Peace.